Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking another cheeky look at Vechain. Specifically we're going to be taking a look at two things. One, we're going to take a look at the massive news here about the new app for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 to encourage mass adoption. We're going to get into all of that kind of stuff, and then the second part of the video we're going to get into the price analysis. We're going to look at the technical analysis for VET to the USD, see how the prices and the candles are forming, and see whether or not we're going to hit that 9-cent VET token very soon. So we're going to have a look and see what's going on there. So as always, if you find this useful, informative, etc., definitely do go ahead and smash that like button, because Chris really does appreciate it, and as do I. And as always, if by chance you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all of that said and done, Chris, shall we jump on over to the desktop and take a look at this fantastic news for Vechain?
Yeah, this is my biggest investment in the space, Nick. It's one of my favorite projects. Let's get into it.
Fantastic, let's do it. So here we are, right? So Vechain VET rolls out 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 to encourage massive dApp adoptions. Okay, so let's take a look, right? So basically the new app takes away the burden of managing crypto assets to pay for gas fees. Basically, you know, Vechain says that the introduction of the application will encourage massive adoption of the dApps protocol. And Vechain plans to introduce the dApp solution to basically compete favorably with Ethereum's dApps platform. And you're seeing a lot more of people targeting Ethereum specifically. And during the bull cycle that's kind of looming around the corner, Chris, we can see potentially more of this kind of activity ramping up. So Vechain and the VET has, I don't know why they put VET like that, but we know what the tokens are, has rolled out a blockchain-based application, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. And for those who already use Sync, you'll be familiar, but this is just a new evolution of it, right? So 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 is what they're calling that. Basically it will run as a web application. So according to the firm, it's an innovative solution that will enable mass adoption of decentralized applications. So here's the quote, right? So announcing Vechain 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, a revolutionary solution enabling dApp mass adoption, Vechain stated in a blog post. So are you looking for fast news and all that kind of stuff? We're not going to get into that, but here we can see the tweet that was sent out, Chris, by Vechain Foundation, right? So announcing the Vechain 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, and obviously you have the link to their blog post. So do check that out if you want to read the whole thing in full. It will kind of enlighten you as to what's going on. But basically, you know, in a bit of summary here, that the blog post also stated that the new app will be the first blockchain-based solution for dApp, a dapper, if that's a thing in the industry, right? As a result, VET hopes to encourage massive dApps adoption as it will remove all entry obstacles. So, dApps are still new in the market, which makes them more difficult to use compared to web applications. It requires users to switch between certain device types and browsers to access them. And the users of these apps may engage in cryptocurrency trading as well, making it harder to use and manage. So there are some obstacles, right, to entry, which is what they're trying to resolve. So systems to encourage more efficiency. So as a result, Vechain says it plans to make the system a little more straightforward and less demanding to use. This will surely encourage more adoption, according to Vechain. And the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 digital wallet, will work with vital protocols such as VIP201, VIP191, and will offer the connection that will enable massive dApp technology adoption. So, ultimately, it will also integrate with the native Vechain's fee delegation protocol, which is absolutely massive. For those who do not know, it basically allows a way to manage those fees that are being paid. And if you're running an organization, you can have one wallet that pays all fees and yet have, I don't know, 10 or 20 or 30 different people using, Vechain's blockchain, and all the fees will only ever be paid from the one wallet. Therefore, everyone else is kind of free to get on with the tasks that they need to without having to constantly pay for gas fees, etc. So this means that users are henceforth not burdened with the cumbersome task of managing their cryptocurrency to pay gas fees. But the dApp service provider will pay on behalf of the users. I think I summarized that to that degree. And the company is trying to make users, Chris, see a better alternative to Ethereum. And this is what we keep talking about. This is the thing that keeps cropping up, isn't it? When it comes to dApp blockchain technology, Ethereum is going to start to be under heavy attack, and you're going to see it from Cardano, Polkadot. You're going to see it from obviously Vechain here, and many others as well. So Vechain is hoping to improve the technology. It's hoping that the improved technology will encourage more users to invest in Vechain. The company's chief executive officer, Sunny Lu, also reiterated that the goal of the firm is to present a very solid competitive edge over Ethereum in the dApp blockchain industry. And everything that's happening with Vechain being the first 5-star blockchain service provider in the world is massive in itself. But the fact that they are now trying to go after a chunk of Ethereum's realm, they definitely have to be taken seriously.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely do, Nick. And, I've mentioned that this is my biggest investment in this space, right? It's a solid project. Solid, in my opinion. So, if you're not invested, sorry, Nick, I was going to say, if you're not invested, go look at it. Go look at the project. Do your own research. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but, it wouldn't be my biggest investment if I wasn't, fully into it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Do your research. It's one that's going to be worthy of the time you invest in doing that research. We believe it's absolutely brilliant stuff. So let's take a look at this, right? So this is, of course, the VET token to the USD. We're currently viewing this on the daily. Okay, so these are daily candles. And here we have a Fibonacci retracement, we have Fibonacci extension levels, and we have a MACD and an RSI indicator. We obviously have several different areas of support and resistance, and I have a cheeky little price target also on the chart here. Okay, so let's see what's actually going on. Every time we can see we had this high level up here, which breached the Fibonacci high level. Okay, we had that actually pegged in at the 6th of January. As the high point on this was 3.1 cent. And our low level for this Fibonacci is the 23rd of December at 0.012. Okay, so we've had massive increases in the bet price, okay, over the coming days and weeks. And where we are today is obviously down here. We had massive Bitcoin corrections, and they happened multiple times. So I'm going to pull this up on this daily chart so you can see what we're talking about. We can see this one was also I believe, Bitcoin correction. This one here was a Bitcoin correction, and we've basically been pushing up against this resistance level here at the 2.8 cent level, okay? And that's going to be the resistance that we need to break back through after Bitcoin's correction, pulling the market down. Now, if we look at these areas, there's a few things that we need to be considering where these wicks are coming down. And so far, actually, everything is looking okay. This was an area that we probably needed to come down and actually test, because it was tested over here and it's held up very well. So getting above this this 786 Fibonacci level, which is where the candle currently is, could be incredibly well positioned to move us to the upside. So we'll have to look at that when we get into the granular detail. So have a look at the volumes. They look okay. They've come down and they've gone a bit flat, but we could see some spikes in this as well in the coming days. The MACD crossed over in a negative motion a few days ago, and on this daily, it still looks like it's negative. The RSI indicator is just above 50 on the daily, and that's a good level to be in, considering this particular green candle today. So let's take a look at the 4-hourly and see if that shows much of the same. So in here, we can see that our positive cross has actually happened on our MACD, and that's pretty good. And we are currently closing candles on this 4-hourly chart above that Fibonacci level that is key to pushing us to the upside. So that's good to see that happen. And we want to see that happen on the daily. So as long as that happens on the daily, we should be good to move on up. And the RSI was low, and has come up to about just below that 50 level at 46. So from a 4 hourly candle point of view, things are looking okay, and looks like they're going to be moving to the upside very, very soon. Positive MACD cross and a really low and reasonable level here on the RSI. So that resistance should be pretty easily taken out of the equation. So let's take a look at this hourly, and here we can see that we have basically a negative cross here a couple hours ago, and then a positive cross in the works. And we were low-ish, just below that 50 level on the RSI, moving up a little bit higher here to about 55 on the RSI. So that's indicating that we could definitely see some up motion here on these hourly candles. And I know that we cannot see them very well, so I'm just going to expand that a little bit so you can see, right? Here we broke through this Fibonacci level. This is that blue line. We come down, we test it, it holds up. We test our resistance, that holds up. We test the support, that holds up, and so therefore we've got to push to the upside. Everything on our indicators is indicating a really good motion that we could breach this resistance at 2.85 and could be on the way out of this area back into those 3-cent areas that we were in before. Okay, so for Vechain, I'm pretty confident, Chris. Things are looking pretty tidy. So let's pull this back up into our daily and get that overview again. Okay, I'm going to pull this down so we can see those candles a little bit easier. So yeah, we're now above this blue line here. This is that Fibonacci level of the 788, right? 786. A close here could push us to the upside very, very quickly. So what I'm going to do is this here is our 50-cent price target, right, which is our yearly target. It's going to be somewhere between 50 cent and $1, I feel. So that's still representing just 1,668% growth on the current position. So that should be very, very comfortable to achieve. And if we look at more of the immediate price action, Chris, on what we're actually looking at here, we can see that our first price target for Vechain comes in at 4.3 cents. Okay, and that should happen the second that we breach these particular candles here. There's not any resistance stopping us to get to that level. So ultimately, as soon as we get that new all-time high, this is what I'm thinking that we should be aiming for, and that is 4.3 cents. That's just the first price target. Obviously, from there, we do have our next price target. That comes in at 6.2 cents. Okay, and obviously, as we continue to the upside, we can see that we have 8.1 and 9.3 cents. So those are the immediate short-term price targets that we have in mind here for Vechain. And obviously, I still have my longer-term play of 2021, which indicates a 50 cent to a $1 Vechain. And this absolutely fantastic news here about Sync2 can definitely help Vechain get noticed by many, many more players. So Chris, I think this is absolutely fantastic news for Vechain. I think the charts are going to be gearing up to a move out of this lower level back into the higher levels very, very soon. Anything you want to add?
Only the fact that we've been talking about Vechain for months, and obviously, we've been invested in it a long time. And, there were lots of question marks, particularly in some of the live streams that we do around, why are we invested in it? It's not really done very much and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I think this is a prime example of, when a project's going sideways, don't just FOMO into other projects. If you believe in the fundamentals of the project, then, you shouldn't jump ship just because something else is starting to get some traction. And I think, we've seen hundreds of percent gains by doing this. And, I guess it's just a prime example, obviously not financial advice, just my opinion. But, I think it's worth highlighting because I think this does, come across very, very well in when you look at this particular project.
Absolutely. So guys, if you have found this video useful, informative, maybe a little entertaining, do go ahead and smash that like button. Chris really appreciates it. I really appreciate it. And I like to think that you all appreciate it too. And if by chance you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And I guess, Chris, it's also a good opportunity to talk about our Cardano and ADA delegation and staking pool. We launched this about a week ago now, so it's up there and ready. If you're a holder of Cardano and ADA, then you could go ahead and delegate to the Cheeky Crypto pool, and obviously by doing so you're helping to support the channel and ultimately helping towards the decentralization effort of the ADA and Cardano network. So do check out, the ticker 𝗕𝗘𝗪, and that is the cheeky crypto staking pool for Cardano.
And I was going to say, Nick, you can do that from the 𝗬𝗓 wallet, the Deadliest wallet, or the Atomic wallet also.
Fantastic. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.